Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my online franchise, Kansas City Chiefs Madden 13. This time around, there will not be a game. This video is about the off-season changes, preparing for Season 2 of the franchise. So, we will look into trades, free agency, draft, player progression, and goals of the team. Not the league, just our team in particular. But I will put down the trades in the description, though, of the whole league. Anyway, as you can see, we're in week 5, though. So I will try to be spoiler-free. Also, I will try to talk fast because I don't want the video to be very long. And lastly, I hope you can bear all with me that this video was recorded before, and I'm just putting the sound over now, over the video. So it's a bit difficult for me, but I'll try my best anyway. First up, we can see the trades here that I made. I've made 2 trades in this season, on this off-season anyway. And the first one is for Navarro Bowman, as you can see here. We traded for him because we only had Belgia. We had Belgia and Gilliam at the time. I'll talk about Gilliam later. But I felt like he was a great upgrade, so I wanted him. But who left for the team was Jonathan Baldwin, a 2nd-round pick and a 5th-round pick for the 2014 draft. So now we're without a second wide receiver. Anyway, also the second trade was with the Seattle Seahawks, where we traded away our rookie Stephenson, as you can see here, Donald Stephenson, who was growing, or whatever you call it, pretty nicely. And also Tony Moyaki left. What we got was a first-round pick, the 2014 first-round pick, and also we got Red Bryant, who was on the trade block for the Seahawks. So before this, this is a nice trade for me because I've been using Dontari Poe and what's his face, Alan Bailey, I think, on the inside, like kind of like defensive tackles, but they're really young and not that great yet. So that was one of my really weak links on the team. And here we got Red Bryant, who is really experienced, has nice strength and nice play recognition and so on. Here you see Bailey and Poe. But you're still using Poe, though, so a bit of a weak link. But the only thing that really sucks about him, though, is the play recognition. So I feel we've upgraded really nicely for the team. Now, next up, let's see here, talking about what the Bowman trade means. I got him after the draft where I got Gilliam, who I'll talk about later, just because I love defensive players. But on the other hand, it meant that Jonathan Baldwin left the team, and now we don't really have a great second wide receiver on the team. So right now I'm looking for a wide receiver, seeing if I can trade for one. Here we're looking into what happened to free agency. As you can see, Mark Sanchez joined the team just as a backup because he was available. Jets went with Tebow, I suppose, and so Sanchez was free, and we picked him up on a 1-year contract. So great backup. Now we also cut Peyton Hillis because he didn't really fit into the team. He was kind of expensive. Instead, we picked up Stephen Howling as the backup for Jamal Charles, who are kind of the same type of running back, and also we picked up Isaac Redman as the short yardage replacement of Peyton Hillis. I haven't really used him that much, but we'll see if I can fit him in somehow. Next up, we have a wide receiver. We picked up Davey Henderson. Great speed, average catching ability. But at the time, the draft hadn't happened, and we picked him up just to see where we would be at with the wide receiver. We also picked up Dennis Pera, and that was also before the draft. As you can see, we drafted Chris Martin. But Dennis Pera, great backup, really great catching. Also, we picked up Jason Smith, a tackle, after Stephenson was traded away. He was cut by, or not re-signed by the Jets. He has really great strength and okay blocking ability, so I see him as being able to become a pretty good backup. And also, we cut Tyson Jackson. He had $8 million coming his way on the contract, which was pretty expensive. And he had no bonus, so we cut him. No one picked him up in the FA, so after some time we ended up picking him up again back on the team just as a backup. But we got Red Bryant, so kind of, yeah. On linebacker, we got Paul Kruger from who Ravens did not re-sign. I feel that's a really great pickup. I mean, he can stop the run and he can also pass rush really well. He's not really fast, but he has 90 plus in finesse moves, so should get to the QB. Also, we picked up Dakota Watson, just an interesting little backup project who has good man coverage, good zone coverage, good pass rush ability. So kind of really good speed, by the way. But the big news is that we picked up Antoine Kazan and also Derek Cox. So now, also Kyle Erickson, by the way. But now we're not relying on Arenas and Jones on the really heavy pass defense setups, formations. Now we have 4 really great cornerbacks. So I look forward to see how the defense is going to be this season. Okay, now I'm going to talk a bit about the draft. With my first pick, which was the 31st pick, picked up Jarius Gilliam because at that time we did not have Bowman, but Belcher at the second linebacker position. Jarius Gilliam is really great, like 80 at least in all linebacker attributes, but also an 88 speed, so and 90 plus hit power, so really great using linebacker. But we picked up Bowman, so we'll see if I can trade Gilliam possibly for a wide receiver. Moving on to the second round pick was Chris Martin. A surprise pick for me because I didn't expect to get him. I was doing okay on the tight end, but then I see him and he has 89 speed, 86 acceleration, 83 catch, 88 catch in traffic, and 79 spectacular catch, 94 jumping. His route running sucks. He has really low awareness, but I don't feel that's too important. And you see that his blocking is amazing, 76 and 77, but also his injury is really bad. So we'll work on his injury and his route running, and hopefully he will be an amazing tight end in the league with that much speed and blocking and so on. With the third and fourth round picks, I went back-to-back wide receiver. I didn't really know what to pick, so it ended up being these guys, McCain and Crosey. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, about 80 in average in catching. So something to work with here for sure. What they're good at is they have 92, 93 speed and both have 98 acceleration. So kind of slot receivers who will be interesting to work with. McCain also has 89 route running, so he's already getting there. Unfortunately, McCain has some really bad injury rating, so that will be kind of expensive to work on. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll try to start them and develop them this season if I don't get a wide receiver. With the fifth round pick, I think we took Davian Moultrie, as you can see here. At the time, I didn't really know what the situation was with my defensive ends and defensive tackles, so I just ended up picking him because he had A in strength, A in power moves, but kind of sucked in the rest. And Corey Mitchell was the 6th round pick. I traded to get an earlier pick and traded away my 7th round because I didn't have any other players on the board. And Mitchell he's an about 80s in all the linebacker stuff, also in pass rushing, so he's okay, but his awareness sucks and he has really bad injury rating, so he won't get much time anyway. Okay, here I'm going to talk a little bit about the progression of the team. I don't know if you know, but the overalls in the menus are pretty much just based on schemes, which are not the correct overalls. They are overalls based on about 3 attributes for each scheme. So the real overall can be very different, and I believe it's the in-game depth charge overalls which are the correct overalls, like the Madden 12 and earlier overalls that we're used to. As you can see, Stancy was a 74. That's pretty much due to his awareness. In his accuracy is 88 each and 91 in throw power, so really great quarterback he's become. C. Jamal Charles a 93. I got his speed and acceleration up to 99 each, and now I'm working on kick returner just because I need a really great kick returner. Nate Eakes, he's becoming okay. All his blocking skills are above 70 now, and awareness as well, so I think he can develop to be a pretty good blocker in this season. Bo is pretty good. he got 90 catching, 90 route running that I'm working on. McCain Crows is just working on bringing up their catching abilities, bringing them up to an 80 and then bringing them up together, and also the injury rating, of course, that I mentioned. And Chris Martin, Zach Miller, I guess just gotta bring his blocking up because it's not so good right now. And Chris Martin, his injury rating and route running are priorities for him. Also, he's dropped some balls, Zach Muller, so we're working on getting some consistency up because he does have a 90 catch in traffic, but apparently he needs to be a bit more consistent. And you can see here 94 on the left tackle, 90 on Lilia, 85 on Hudson, 93 on Asamoah, and 97 on Winston. So an unbelievable O-line. And what I'm doing with them is just bringing up all their blocking attributes together. So not making them excel at one thing, but like balanced pretty much. Brian is already pretty good, so just trying to make him a bit consistent so that he can stop the run in the middle. And with Poe, I'm bringing up his play recognition because that's really low, and I feel like it can be important for recognizing the run and making the block shed to get the tackle, which he hasn't been really good at, which Brian is doing okay. So, and we see Pat Sims. I don't really use him that much because the 3-4, it's not that often that it happens, and also we have Clint Dorsey. I don't know who to start in that position. Houston, I love Houston. He's a really interesting player for me. Brought his speed up to 89, really great, and he's already a great pass rusher with like 95 in the power moves and 90 plus in tackling, as you will see here. And also hit power should be brought up, and play recognition pursuit is already pretty good. But yeah, just trying to get him to be a really speedy pass rushing linebacker. I really like him. He's doing really great so far. Derek Johnson is already about 88 at least in all important linebacker attributes. So for him, I think speed is the only thing left that is really important to bring up. But it's really expensive, and the middle linebackers doesn't get that much XP. So it's going to be a bit difficult. Bowman is a bit easier because his zone coverage isn't so good yet, so that's cheap to increase. But he also needs speed. Harley is somewhat perfect, so he just needs a bit more speed. And for the cornerbacks, in overall, I think I'll try to bring up man coverage, because that seems to be what we should use this year. This is really strong stuff to use, man cover on the defense. And also we have Earl Thomas and Eric Berry, 96 and 95 really become really great safeties. That's all I can say. For now, we're just trying to make them better pursuit to stop the run, and some play recognition to stop the run, recognize that, and also just get their zone coverage up, because that's how I like to use them. As we can see here, the actual overalls of my cornerback corps is really great, so I like that. As for the goals of the team, last season they were just making the playoffs, I think, but now since we were in the Super Bowl, it seems that it's been upgraded to reach divisional rounds. And my goal was actually, when I picked the Chiefs, to make the Super Bowl and win it in the third season, but since it went so well that we were undefeated last season and went to the Super Bowl and almost won the Super Bowl, if it wasn't due to some of the mistakes I made, I think the goal for second season is to win the Super Bowl. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Have a great holidays, guys, and I hope I see you next time around for some more Madden. Just leave a comment or whatever. If you have some critique, I can try to make my videos better. But yeah, that's all. So I hope you have a great holiday. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.